Welcome to another The One Ring RPG video. I recently received a package from Free League Publishing, which is Moria, Through the Doors of Durin. This has been long in the making. When first edition was made, this book was in development, and it never got released. And now that second edition has taken off, we finally got to see Moria published, the supplement. So unlike my previous video, which was a campaign book, this is a setting supplement. I'm going to quickly open this up and we can have a look. I've actually done a little trick which works really well for any RPG reader or player. Is I've got the PDF. They were kind enough to send me the PDF as well, and I opened that up in Internet Explorer, and I think there's a listen button where you can have the PDF reader in Internet Explorer read it to you, and you can choose the voice. And it's been a great way to consume the content. I work in the art field, so I can just do my daily art while I listen to this, almost like a podcast. And it's phenomenal. Such a great setting book. It's provided me tons of lore and inspiration. So I'll cover what I know is in this book as far as I've gotten in the PDF, but this will be the first time I'm opening up the hard copy. I'm excited to see everything firsthand, because while I work I don't actually get to see too much of the graphics. I do peek now and again, but yeah, I'll share with you what I've encountered in this, and we can have a quick page through. Alright, got that off, and it's got their signature sort of matte finish. Their books are stunning. Alright, so as I page through this, I'm going to be gentle on the book. Let me just quickly open it up nicely. I'm going to pause quick. Alright, so I won't go through everything, but I'll just give you a quick glance at sort of what the contents of the book looks like while I talk through what I've encountered and discovered and unpacked through my PDF explorations. So essentially, they're going to introduce and give players access to new playable dwarves, which is super exciting. Like that's phenomenal content, especially anyone starting a new campaign, starting a new character. Along with, I'll actually do just sort of spot pages here, so I'm not giving away too much. I'll just hop around. You as expected, players are going to get to I don't know if the right word's encounter, because I think in this game they refer to encounters more as conversation encounters. I might be wrong, but I think that's the term they use in this game. But you get to encounter or engage or run into a Balrog while at in Moria. And the great thing about that is, from what I understand, that there's like a push your luck mechanic. So there's no guarantee you're going to run into one. So if you decide to go into Moria, there's a good chance you can sort of move through the tunnels and scavenge and get some loot or whatever you want to access. And let me just check something here. And okay, that's where the bookmark was. But it's a push your luck mechanic, so you don't know if you're going to. So you're kind of like on edge if you're going to run into a Balrog as players. As characters, you might not even know that there is such a thing as a Balrog if you're not well informed. There's new patrons in this book, which is super exciting. And yeah, like I said, there's tons of lore regarding Moria. They touch on the Lonely Mountains as well. It's good to get that kind of history on the dwarves, and how much they've lost and how long they've been around. There's new adversaries, as you can see on this page. There's tables, which is great. as you can see here, there's a bunch of new tables, and the book in many ways plays off as, if you want to, you can have it play off as a bit of a horror story. If you're down in Moria, a bit of a dark horror. You don't have to go that route, but definitely does lend itself to that. And with the adversaries, they kind of do touch on darker tones, far more darker content than I would say I'm familiar with The Wandering. And The Wandering doesn't shy away from that stuff, but it does kind of get pretty dark. Like some content I probably wouldn't even use, where the orcs, different types of orcs will make sacrifices and have temples and priests and all that stuff. Pretty much into the orcs' religions, which, me as a Christian, I will probably sort of not dabble too deep in that. There's no need to, but they give players a lot to work with. And I would say for me, the great takeaway from that content, even though some of it I won't use, is like there's orc factions and clans and chieftains, and having played Shadow of Mordor and War, I think the other one's also War of Mordor, I can't remember what the other one's called. It's great. You literally sort of, it reminded me a lot of that, where you have these different clans of orcs and chieftains and different factions. And it covers content that makes sense, like the fact that there is probably slaves doing the orcs' dirty work down there, and haunts, which are kind of like, kind of like your whites kind of thing. So immense amount of cool content, and it's crazy. For me, even if I take a while to get to run a campaign in Moria, just kind of consuming this supplement as reading material has been a pleasure. So I'd highly recommend it, and I look forward to running a solo campaign in Moria. I'm still busy with, I believe it's Tales of the Lonelands, is the campaign supplement that I'm currently working through. Anyways, I just thought I'd share that with you. Anyone that wasn't aware that it's finally out, I'm sure there are a couple of reviews out. It's been out for a while, but not that long. But anyone still sort of hesitant to get it, I'd highly recommend Moria Through the Doors of Durin. Even just for this book itself, its journey to get published, deserves to be purchased and read. But they've handled the content with such reverence. It's unbelievable how deep they go into the lore and history, and how respectful they are. So I'd highly recommend it. And this is just a quick glimpse into what the book is about. For anyone that doesn't know, go grab it.